There we go. We live.
I look kind of sleepy, don't I?
Live action.
I look kind of sleepy.
Good morning.
Do you have your coffee? If not, have you drank it already? I'm about to hear, so it won't be long.
Won't be long. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Since it's Saturday, can I have a refill?
Sure.
Uh-oh. Got a light issue.
I was actually a little warm.
You know what's going to happen if we get that fan
I got it
going?
on low.
Oh.
It's on low.
It's the coffee that made you warm.
It is.
We're not drinking iced coffee this morning. It's hot.
It is hot.
Whew. Oh, I got to say, August the 12th.
August the 12th.
Saturday.
7:45.
7:45 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I almost forgot.
Almost forgot this morning.
That would have been bad.
Speaking of hot, you know when we did the video and we put the post in the ground and we were just exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Nick from Chestnut Hills sent me a message.
Yeah.
And said they must have to keep up with the weather where he works.
Yeah.
He said the heat index that day, he said, no wonder y'all was exhausted. The heat index that day was 121. I believe it.
That calls for exhaustion, doesn't it?
I believe it. Woo! I believe it. But we did finally. We got about 3/4 of an inch of rain yesterday.
We did, and it came down in a hurry.
That seems to be the norm. It all comes at one time.
And let me tell y'all something funny. So yesterday at evening, I get a text from my friend Jacqueline at Head Family Farm. And it's a picture of them in a little boat, a little kayak thing. And she said, our house this evening. Well, with us having just gotten all the rain we got, the 3/4 of an inch at one time, I said, oh no, is the house okay? And she laughed because they were in their pond. And my brain is thinking
they were flooded.
That was their front yard and their house was underwater.
Oh, goodness.
So she got a good laugh, I'm sure.
It wasn't.
My brain was thinking totally different.
Oh, but
they don't live where we live,
no,
so I didn't realize that it, hadn't rained there.
3/4 of an inch. You know what that means, though? It's going to be a muggy one today.
Of course it is. Y'all mark my words because you won't hear me say this again, but I'm ready for cooler weather. I'm ready for cooler weather. It's
terrible.
It's terrible. Terrible is the word.
It is terrible.
That's right.
Absolutely terrible.
So,
whew.
What's going on?
What is going on in the world today? In the little small cog hill farm world? Anything?
Well, I thought Dee Dee was going to come up here, and she has opportunity. I didn't tote her up the stairs, but I bet she'll come when she hears us continuously talking.
She'll probably make her way up here this morning. She might be down there drinking her some coffee.
She probably is. She's a little elderly and she needs a little pep in her step.
That's right.
So she needs a little get up and go this morning. She's already had her breakfast.
She did. She ate Holly's food.
Well, no, I fixed her. I feed her a senior food and I wet it. And she had eaten some of Holly's food because she followed me where Holly's food is. And we thought she had had her breakfast, but she hadn't. She kept looking at me and that meant fix my food. So I fixed her food, moistened it, and she ate all of it too.
She was hungry this morning.
She was. And that may be why she's not up here. She's got a full belly and she's drinking her coffee.
Yep, that's what it is.
But she's got a cute little necklace.
She does got a cute little bandana collar.
Yeah, I got to go to my favorite store yesterday.
If y'all saw it, I posted a picture of the sign on our stories.
My store is TJ Maxx, and I have to have my annual blood work done. And so the doctor requested I drop my blood off a week before my appointment. So I did that. And Jason went with me and we got to go to my favorite store because I had to take something back.
You did.
And you know how that goes. You don't take something back without buying something in replace.
That's right.
So I took some flip-flops back that did not fit Mary Carl.
Uh-huh.
And Dee Dee got a little collar in exchange. Plus, we got a few more things.
A few more things. I got to go to my store too. Duluth.
Oh, I was trying to think what. Yeah, my doctor's office just happens to be right beside Duluth Trading.
You can walk.
So I dropped Jason off at Duluth while I went and dropped my blood off, and then I got to go back to Duluth and do a little browsing.
We had a fun day yesterday with fans yesterday.
We did. We had 2 different people that recognized us, and
in 2 different cities.
2 different cities at 2 different times that
Yeah.
were totally unrelated. So it was kind of a strange incident.
It was fun.
We like it when people speak rather than, you don't know if they recognize you, and don't be nervous. We're just normal people. So say, hey, Todd Hill,
Yep.
what's up?
We had to take pictures yesterday, so it was fun.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It
all
was
that.
fun. Talking about Jacqueline.
Uh-huh.
So she got the okra pancakes recipe on our website. I know in the last live we talked
Tuesday.
about it.
Yeah.
It is now officially on the website. So if you go to our website, coghillfarm.com, in the recipes, you will now see the okra pancakes there, or okra fritters, because there's a lot of people that were asking about it, and it is officially there. So if you like okra, and I would say there will be no sliminess in this okra recipe.
And I'm gonna tell you this. So I gotta go to town today.
Yeah.
Because I just do.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna make it a point that I stop at a farmer's market and I pick up some okra, because just seeing that recipe
Makes you want to make some?
makes me want to make some. And we
Mhm.
have not had any this summer, which is not the norm.
Right.
That's not the norm for us. We always have our okra pancakes, okra fritters in the summer, and we haven't had them. So I'm going to get some okra. And you may even make a reel of me making them.
You know what? We may do that. Well, that's a good idea.
Can't video the whole thing because
Everybody's saying if I got www.
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news. So yeah, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna get some okra for sure, and make some of those.
Let's do that.
I think I will.
I wonder if you can do them in the air fryer.
Well, I don't know
No,
because
because
the batter's so loose.
You're right. You're right.
I may could do it on the pan. You know what I mean?
No, I think we better do it in the cast iron
I
skillet.
could do one and experiment.
See if it works.
Yeah, because I already have the batter ready,
That'll work.
and then we'll know next time.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all get y'all some ingredients and make you some okra pancakes.
There's
okra
not
fritters.
many ingredients at all.
No, it's not.
but
It's very easy.
It's easy.
I don't think you can mess it up. I really don't.
The only way you can mess it up is if you cooked it too long and burned it.
Cooked it too long and burned it,
Mhm.
and your batter wasn't stiff enough.
Yeah.
It needs to be kind of held together
Yep.
tightly, not
Yep.
not a loose mess.
So, if you like okra, even if you've had a
You don't
bad
even have to like
experience with
okra.
okra, I think you'll like Scott Peacock's okra pancakes. I
Yeah.
really, really, really do.
Right after you posted that, I saw a warning from Facebook, and
Yeah.
it said your content goes against our rules.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jason, Facebook has flagged you, and I think it's for that recipe.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I don't ever click anything. I send it to Jason, and of course, it was a scam. You know,
it was a scam.
It's Facebook scammers trying to get you to click on a link. So, y'all just know that when you send us a link to our messenger, we don't open it.
Yeah, we don't open any links at all.
We can't take
Yeah.
that chance. There's so many hackers out there that, your page may have been hacked.
Right.
You just can't take that chance.
That's right.
So that's why I sent it to Jason. It's a good thing I didn't open it.
And don't open up anything from us that says that you've won something or anything like that unless you hear it come out of our mouths, because they'll steal our logo. They'll steal. And what I'm doing now is I'm exposing them. So if I find one that's copying us, I've been posting it on our page and writing fake account and telling you guys to go over there and comment on all their pictures You can report it, but reporting it does zero good.
Jason reports it.
Zero good.
And they come back and they say they don't see anything wrong
See
with
anything
this
wrong with it.
page.
Yeah, I say that.
So there's nothing we can do.
So what I end up doing is I end up filing copyright claims, and they will eventually, after they review it, take the picture down, but the account's still open, but they can't take they'll just take the picture down. So it's a hassle, but yeah, so just be careful of that. Like I said, we're not giving away anything. We're not asking for anybody's credit card unless we're not giving us a credit card, period. But if we're doing any type of giveaway, it has to come out of our mouths, not on a post or anything like that.
Well, a lot of people thought that the
Well,
Combach
that's one
fee
thing-
for a year.
That's what I was fixing to say, that I wanted to announce the Combach feed
Mhm.
for the year. So Combach is the feed that we love, and they have, we've teamed up with them, and they are doing one. They are doing a sweepstakes, and that is a feed for a year. You get their Hen House Reserve, which is their chicken feed we like, and they make a Hen House Reserve block too,
Mm-hmm.
which is, if you don't know what that is, it's like the feed and it's compressed into a block. And if you go to their website, it is on their website at combachfeeds.com. And I posted a link. There's a link to it too. I don't have it because it's got a extra name on it, but it's on their website. So if you go to the website, y'all sign up. It doesn't cost anything. I would love
For one of our followers to win free feed for the year.
Absolutely. So that one is legit. Like I said, if you see it come from my mouth, because I did a reel on that one.
Yeah, and like I said, I saw some comments saying this is not Coghill.
Yeah.
But that one is us.
Yes, that is us. So y'all just be careful out there. We'll never ask for y'all's
information or anything
thing like that. So
unless you go to our website and physically go to buy something, then you're not giving us a dime.
Right. So just please be careful, because
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
These people need to get a job.
It's
Job.
Horrible.
Go get a job and quit trying to scam people out of their hard-earned money.
That's right.
I mean, I know it makes y'all mad too, but it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I encounter it daily, just, in my own personal life.
Yeah.
You'll see something and you don't know if it's legit or not, because they're so clever now that they make it to where you can't even tell.
Very clever. Very, very clever. So y'all just be careful.
That's right. Oh, I forgot.
Forgot what you were going to say?
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about something.
What's that?
Y'all, so I was listening to a podcast, and it was two comedians talking, and one of them asked the other one about, who was one of your influences growing up? Who was one of your favorite comedians growing up? And I have not heard this name, y'all, in years. And that is Jerry Clower. Oh my gracious. I'm going to have to go back and start listening. I loved Jerry Clower as a kid. The Ledbetters, Marcel, Eugene, y'all. Did any of y'all listen to Jerry Clower? I remember a friend of mine had the record collection and had it on the 12-inch vinyl. Jerry Clower, and he has to be one of the greatest storytellers of all time. The mouth of Mississippi, from Mississippi, went to Mississippi State University. And if you have never, ever heard Jerry Clower, Google it, find him on YouTube, and just listen to his stories. It is, oh my gracious. I've got to go back and start listening to him. You would love him. You never heard of Jerry Clower, have you?
Well, I saw you had it wrote down somewhere. Maybe it was on the bar or somewhere. And I thought, the first thing I thought of is there was a doctor when I grew up. It was my daddy's doctor, and his last name was Clower. And I was like, why has Jason got Dr. Clower's name written down? And then I started thinking about it. I was like, that's not his first name, because I remembered. I was like, his first name's not Jerry. And I didn't think anything else about it because I don't know who that is.
Oh my gracious, y'all. I got to Next time we're riding in the car,
Yeah, that'll
and
be
we're
the
on a
only
trip.
time. That'll be the only time.
I will have to pull up Jerry. You're going to laugh. Mary Carl is too. She's gonna. I'm telling you, he's probably one of the greatest. And this is before video. This is all audio. One of the greatest storytellers ever. And y'all, you will laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. And family friendly. Oh, that's what he does.
Jason, I don't know if I'm gonna find it funny.
What's funny is that when I was a kid, I was goofy and silly, and my mama would call me Eugene Ledbetter. That was one of his characters. The Ledbetters was a family.
Who is that?
The Ledbetters was a family that he did.
Gidget knows them.
I see that, and I'm assuming.
They know them. They know both of them.
Goodness gracious.
They're going to calm down in a minute.
I'm assuming I can't even talk. I'm assuming that the Ledbetters was a family that I got to do something. We can't even talk.
It's all me, y'all. What's going on? I don't know who Jerry Clower is. Do y'all? He's going to make them go outside instead of just in the doggy room, which that'll muffle the sound a little bit. I don't know what got them going. You never know. Who was that, Dee Dee? You can bring her. Dee Dee only chimes in if somebody else is barking, but those other two, Arlo and Gidget, Holly's outside. And Dixie, they just, no rhyme, no reason, they just bark.
I didn't see anything out there.
Of course not. They heard us talking. Okay, so don't forget about your story.
Oh, well, I don't know if the Ledbetters were real or if that was, he had a family that he got that story off of. I don't know, but it is so funny. He has a lot of coon hunting, which growing up, my dad was a big coon hunter back in the day. And I just remember going coon hunting him as a kid. So it just all kind of tied together. But I love Jerry Clower and totally have forgotten about Jerry Clower until I heard that this week.
You must have thought you were going to forget it because, like I said, I saw it written down on that piece of paper.
As soon as he mentioned Jerry Clower, I was like, oh, I've got to mention Jerry Clower on the next live because I bet you a lot of people else love Jerry Clower. And like me, had just had not thought about him in a while. But yeah, Jerry Clower, I'm going to start. I'm going to pull some up today.
We got to work today, Jason. You better put it in your ear pods.
You're going to see me out there laughing, and you're going to know what I'm listening to.
That's okay. I will be talking to myself or to Dee Dee.
Oh, man.
Because you're not going to respond to me, are you?
Probably not.
That's okay. I do have to go to town, and you can listen all you want to.
Okay.
When I go to get my okra for the okra pancakes.
Yeah.
Right?
Somebody said the Ledbetters are a real family. He just changed the name. I believe it. He had to get that inspiration for that family from somewhere. So it was pretty funny. Pretty funny.
So I'm finished with my coffee.
Are you
finished with yours?
Mm-mm,
How much you got left?
I don't know, probably about like that.
Oh, okay. You got a lot left.
I got a little bit left.
Told y'all I was a fast coffee drinker. I did get me a new cup to have iced coffee in yesterday, and I'm thrilled about that because the one that I was using was not actually a cup. It was like a mixer, or something. And this one is dishwasher safe, so I can have a cup of iced coffee and tote it with me anywhere I want to.
With the decaf. Yeah. I do want to say, I want to thank everybody that's been giving us feedback on the coffee. We got a little section that has feedback down there. And I want to thank all you guys for your honest feedback.
I got to read one.
for the most part, they're all been super nice and great.
9.5 out of 10 are all awesome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this was Joe. Okay, and I showed you Joe's picture yesterday. He sent a Facebook message too. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is who it was.
Yeah.
This was an actual review,
Mhm.
and he said, "I purchased a bag of Cog Hill coffee. I love it. I drank twice the amount I typically do, 2 mugs instead of 1. I think it takes too long to brew. I'm going to go straight to the sack tomorrow."
Oh me.
And that's the kind of feedback that we love, because
Yeah.
you guys are loving the coffee. So
Yep.
we appreciate you sharing it.
It's been great. And honestly, I think we've gotten 3 bad reviews.
And they hadn't even tried it.
And none of them had anything to do. Yeah. 2 of them hadn't tried it, and 1 of them did, and that was it. And it's crazy that somebody gave me a bad review.
Well, one of them was over. They wanted dark roast, and our coffee is a medium roast.
Yeah.
And they knew that going in, but that was their negative review. And the other 2 was about the cost or the shipping.
Yeah.
And they hadn't tried it. So a review is on the product itself.
Right.
Not on something you haven't tried.
And we're working on a dark roast, so that's something that will be coming up soon. So if you're a dark roast fan, we are working on a dark roast. So,
and we're working on different months will be different kind of flavors. If you're into that kind of thing. And the real coffee will still be available, right?
Yes.
In addition to.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I see this expanding and going further. And we didn't know how it was going to work out, but the responses have been overwhelming, and Ryan's happy. We're happy. Y'all are happy. So
yeah, it's been awesome. It
big circle.
Not only is it, of course it's helping us, but also, like I said, Ryan is a local 1-man show, and it is really
keeping him busy.
It really has helped him out tremendously as well.
And plus the people that actually grow the coffee, it's helping them.
Yeah, they're the small family micro farms that it's coming from.
That's
Exactly.
right. And I don't think we've said this enough, but the coffee is organic.
Yeah.
I put a coffee bag with the actual beans come in a frame last night. I had a big poster frame that had a poster we weren't using.
That's right.
So we cut the coffee bag out, and our plan is to hang it over there where we're going to put the Saturday morning set up. And on that bag, it says organic, which I knew it was organic, but it just refreshed my mind to know that these are organic coffee beans.
And it's fair trade too.
Fair trade. So,
which I may be wrong, and if Ryan's on there, he may get on to me. But I think
Ryan's sleeping. He got a big day.
I think fair trade, in a nutshell, means that these farmers, they're getting a fair trade price for their coffee versus it being
just pennies on the dollar compared to their work.
Yeah, they're more or less, or not. I guess these other farmers may be like a slave type labor versus these guys who get, for whatever market price is what they're getting for their coffee.
Well, that's the way it should be.
Exactly.
But, the world isn't always fair. And to know that these people are working hard and earning their keep means a lot.
So that's what all that means.
I just would love to see coffee being grown.
Yeah, isn't it? It'd be, it's crazy. It's
yesterday,
crazy because it's a certain area, and they're like the mountainous region. And
yesterday, when we were trying to frame the bag, we found some beans in the bottom of the bag.
There were some beans still left in the bottom of the bag.
Some green beans, and it's just amazing to me that bean is then roasted. How did anybody ever come up with that?
That's what I was thinking last night when you were framing the bag and I saw the green bean. I think, who in the world
came up with that?
Thought of, let's take this bean and then let's roast it and then let's
extract it.
Well, then we have to put hot water on it and then drink the liquid.
How many other things could we be missing out on?
Who knows? It's like Laura telling you the alleged story about soap.
Yeah.
How they did in, I think it was Egypt.
Right.
She said they did animal sacrifices on a hill And then, of course, you got to have basically fat and lye to make soap.
Uh-huh.
And so the ashes make the lye.
Uh-huh.
And so when it came down and ran to the stream was producing bubbles, and they realized it cleaned real
Yep.
well. And so
There
that's
you go.
allegedly, I don't know if they say they don't know if that story is completely true or not, but sounds legit.
So that made me think when you said Laura.
Yeah.
Okay. So Laura's at Simply Making It. She's
Mhm.
the lady that makes the soap, the goat milk soap that my goats, Fifi and Capri, came from.
Uh-huh.
So I have only taken 2 baths since the cats have moved. I took a bath.
But you've been taking showers.
Well, no, you don't need to say that. Nobody needs to know that I'm clean. So I moved the cats out that day, and that night I took a bath because I was so deprived.
Yeah.
Okay. So I took a bath, and then last night I took a bath.
Mm-hmm.
In between, I've been taking showers. So last night while I'm taking a bath, I have Laura's loofah soap.
Yeah.
And if y'all watched the video, you saw Laura's loofah soap. She actually grows the loofahs, makes the soap, and incorporates the loofah into it.
That's such a funny word.
Okay, so I'm a dirty girl. I'm a real dirty girl. When I go to the tub or the shower, I'm dirty. And that loofah soap, if y'all are dirty girls or dirty boys, you would love the loofah soap because it has a scrubbing ability like none other.
Yep.
I mean, it's just awesome. Do you use it?
Yeah, like especially on my fingers.
Don't use it on your fingers. Use it on your body.
But
y'all, it is awesome. So if you've been on the fence about Laura's loofah soap and you're a dirty girl, you might want to check it out because it's awesome. It really is. I thought as I was using it, my brain was thinking, I got to share this with our followers because they're going to need this too if they work in the garden or work in the farm, or even if you don't, it just exfoliates.
Or if you wrestle a boy goat,
I don't think it'd get the smell off.
It might.
Hey,
it might rub it off.
You didn't have any Joe milk in your coffee,
I didn't have any Joe milk in my coffee.
Oh, we're going to have fun with this one.
Oh, my gracious. What was funny is I started reading comments on they started popping up.
Yeah.
And people tagged us. And so I think 95% of them was, oh, wait till Lester hears about this. Well, at about, let me see what time it was.
I think it was about 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock.
Let me see what time it was when Lester heard about it. Oh, let's see here. Actually, it was 9:49 p.m.
9:49 p.m. Lester came out.
Nope. Take that back. Well, yeah, pretty much 9:47 p.m. He started sending me texts.
Because he found out that Joe was in milk. Joe, our
my
goat.
gracious. Oh, my gracious.
And he had a lot of fun with it, too.
He had a lot of fun with it. He had a lot of fun with it. I'll just keep it at that.
I was wondering what part of it you were going to share.
I don't think I should share any of it. But
anyway,
he did find out about it.
He got a kick out of it.
He got a kick out of it. And I got about 5 texts last night.
Yeah, Jason came to me at about that time. Of course, it was about bedtime, and he was laughing uncontrollably because Lester found out that Joe, our male goat, if you missed the video, is producing milk.
Yeah. Yeah, he's producing milk.
So Dr. D, as you guys know, is out of the country.
Yes.
And when we saw Joe's big udder, we didn't know what to do. My first thought was we got to take this goat to Auburn, which we will do what it takes.
Yes.
But we were going to load Joe up and drive. Auburn's 2 hours from here, which is a long ride for Joe when it's 121-degree heat index. But I met Dr. Courtney at the feed store, Jones Feed Seed in Clinton.
And that was meant to be. The good Lord was looking out after us and put y'all two together at the right time.
And I thought she was only an equine vet.
Yeah.
because she's got a little sign on her truck because she's like a mobile vet.
And how many days was this? This is what I'm talking about. Now, this was just how many days was this before we took Joe?
Pretty simultaneous. I mean, like bam, 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 you know?
Exactly.
And so I asked her about it, and she said, "Yeah, I have goats myself." And I was like, "Okay." So Jason is sitting in the truck with the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
and he's wanting to know if he needs to bring the trailer around to pick me up. And I'm texting him, just wait, because I have came in conversation with Dr. Courtney. I'm showing her pictures because we were just, didn't know what to think. We were thinking the worst, of course, because
we were thinking the worst.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
And so I start showing her pictures, and at first she's like, "I think that's his scrotum." And I said, "No, ma'am. Let me show you some of these other pictures." So I had some other angles, and she said, "Oh," she said, "How old is he?" And so I said, "He's about 8 or 9. Well, y'all saw the video.
You were off a good bit.
And I was off a good bit because we didn't get Joe as a young buck.
No, he was full grown.
We thought he was full grown.
Yeah.
He's grown a goat.
I guess it's kind of like Moody. When we first saw Moody,
we thought he was full grown.
We were like, "Ooh, this sucker here is a monster." And if y'all look now, Moody has grown probably a foot since we've had him.
And Joe has grown 2 foot, I believe.
I think you're right.
So we thought Joe was full grown then. We've got his papers, and when I looked at his birthday, I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
You couldn't believe it.
That he is as young as he is. So the first thing I said when we actually got Joe to the vet was, I was totally wrong about his age. And she said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "He's a lot younger than what I told you at the feed store." And she said, "This is good. This is good. Really good."
Yeah, because she was thinking the worst.
She was thinking the worst because of his age.
Yep.
And
yep.
And so she her we were set up for a fine needle aspirate biopsy is what we went in for, because me talking to her at the feed store, telling her his age, that was her conclusion, is it needs to be biopsy.
Yes.
None of that happened, because as soon as she looked at it, she knew what it was.
And she
milked him.
She squirted some milk out of him.
She didn't taste it, but she milked him.
Oh my gracious.
So it's a precocious udder in a buck.
Precocious, not precarious.
No, precarious is predetermined.
Oh, okay.
Precocious is milk in a goat that hasn't been bred,
Gotcha.
Which is what Fifi has too.
Yeah, Fifi has it too.
Fifi has it too, and they're not related. So she told us that this is a good thing. He's genetically spectacular.
Yeah, superior milking genes is what she called it.
Yeah, superior. And she wanted me to do some research into his background and see if I could find that he has milk stars in his bloodline. And I haven't had a chance to do that. But, I'm not going to show any of our goats. I may should. I may should show a buck.
Maybe you should show up. Reckon what they do if we rolled up with Joe
for
his one enlarged boob.
I don't know. I don't know what would happen. I'm sure they've seen it all at the shows.
Let me tell y'all something. If y'all have never, I don't want to say watched because they're not televised. It's not like the Westminster Dog Show.
It should be, because
it should be. You're right. It should be. But if you've never seen or saw pictures of a for real, legit, professional goat show, the craziest thing to me in these shows, and this makes zero sense to me, is that you have to wear all white. White shirt and white pants. And I guess it's because you
want the goat to show up.
You want the goat to show up. You don't want any attraction on you, but you're messing with a
nasty goat.
You're just messing with livestock. And to me, the last thing you want to wear is all white.
Well, especially if you're messing with Joe.
Especially if you're messing with Joe. It seemed like they could have done all brown or something darker color, but all white. I mean, it is all white, y'all.
You know what I think?
White.
I think that people that show dogs
should
take good advice from this. Excuse me, y'all, I have a throat issue. They should take good advice from the goat showers.
Yeah.
And they should wear all white, because think of what your dog would do if you're a handler and you're wearing all white. That dog is just going to stand out.
I guess so, but it makes I don't know. It just kills me every time I see them at the goat shows and they got them lined up and everything, and
They're wearing all
they're
white.
all white.
They look like Doc. What's his name? Back to the Future.
Oh yeah. That's
what it looks like.
It does look like that. It's quite funny. Well, I say it's funny. To me, it's funny. It may not be funny, but it's just, and there's like a white polo shirt.
Yeah.
And white breeches.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, I guess that's just the rules. Yep.
Well, I will say that Jason's truck still smells like a buck.
It does.
And
it does.
We have seat covers in it. So he's thinking that he may need to take the seat covers off and wash them. I'm thinking that's not going to do any good. I'm thinking the smell is there.
You think it's got to wear off?
I think so. I think we're just going to have to get used to a buck smell.
I guess so. And I guess a lot of people don't know what it smells like. And to me, if you've ever smelt what a ferret, if you've ever been to the pet store and you've seen a ferret and how that ferret smells, because they got a gland that produces that smell. It's not exactly like a ferret, but it's very similar to that smell of a ferret.
Musty, kind of.
Musty, and it's real oily. And what happens is when you mess with them, that oil gets on you, and it's kind of like grease, and it's hard to get off, and so that smell just kind of sticks to you.
Well, when you smell when a buck is in rut, you can walk by our boys' pasture and you catch a whiff of it.
Yeah.
Now, it's not like we smell it from the house or anything.
Right.
But you smell it when you walk past their pasture. And it's not all the time. It's only when they're in rut. And I think Joe's there right now.
I don't know if this is Nick or Zoe, but they said Febreze really helped on their seat covers.
Really?
After banding.
Huh.
So, may try that.
May.
Well,
this is full-fledged buck. This is no buckling.
He's a big boy, too.
He's a big boy. And you're not going to be banding Joe.
No, you'd have to have a darn... Yeah. You'd have to have a heck of a band.
Yeah. A lot of people were saying that they were interested in Joe's offspring. If he ever has a buck, a buckling.
That's right.
Well, we got one right now. It's Capri Sun. He's going to his new home this coming up week.
That's right.
But they said, you got prize bucklings there because it is a genetic carry down.
Yes.
I did pass along a couple of his bucklings to some people.
Yeah, right.
And I would like to know if they're bucks, but if they banded them or if they
you're not gonna.
They're probably not gonna experience that.
But I mean, he didn't show up to Joe until he's 4.
That's right.
So I mean,
so we may have a little bit of time.
That's right.
Before his superiority sets in.
That's right.
Somebody also commented that Mo may be sneaking in a drink here and there.
Y'all.
Mo's a little young buck.
Well, the shortest one now is Topper.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would die if I saw Topper out there. I would die. My buddy Michael Keys says put some charcoal under the truck seat.
Okay.
I'd try that, Mike.
Yep.
Mike probably knows.
He probably got him a little buck he rides around with.
Who knows what Mike's been doing to make his truck stink, but he probably knows what to do.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with Joe and his milk producing. But we are thrilled to know that, it's nothing bad wrong, because you'd have to think the worst when you saw that.
Yeah, absolutely. At the first of the video, y'all can see my tone changes from the first of that video to after we find out what's going on, because I was really worried at the beginning.
Well, here's what I thought.
I wasn't worried after the fact, but I was pretty worried at the beginning of the video, because I was thinking it was going to be cancer. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be. And then I was thinking, well, it's not that, then it's going to be an infection. But that was the last, we had read that, if the female has the baby, it could trigger a hormone in the male goat. And I guess that's maybe what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
But my thoughts were that it was something bad and that he was going to have to be castrated. And in order to do that, in a buck as large as him, he
Mhm.
was going to have to be under anesthesia. And anytime you have to put an animal under anesthesia, especially at that age, is it's not easy on them.
Right.
So I was thinking that we were going to have Mo as our breeding buck, Joe no Mo,
Hmm.
and thank God it didn't go that way.
That's right. That's right. So it was,
Especially after talking to her
especially talking to her.
and then waiting it out, until we actually saw her.
And here's the crazy thing. I read it, and then she said it. Allegedly, the milk's supposed to taste really, really good. But, me and you talked about it. If your buck's too close to your does,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're... Now, Wes corrected me last night, and he said that the buck has to be in rut.
Yes.
If the buck's not in rut, then the milk flavor won't be
Right.
bad. So,
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. When a buck is in rut, that's when
Yeah.
you can smell
smell
that
it most, yeah.
most pungent
That's
odor.
right. That's right. So I guess if the buck's not in rut, then the milk would be good to eat. But if the buck's in rut, good to eat. The buck's in rut,
Then you
then
give
it's-
it to your cat.
then it's probably going to have that
Musty.
musty flavor. You kind of taste that ferret smell in the milk.
Ugh.
Basically, what it amounts to.
Mm.
So, anyways,
We shall
he
see.
is.
He's superior. We always knew he
superior.
was special.
Yeah. So, which means that his offspring, the does, should be great milkers.
Yeah, definitely. And then the bucks carry that gene
Yep.
to possibly have the precocious
Mm-hmm.
udder.
Yep. That's
Did I
right.
say that right?
That's it.
Precocious.
I
yeah.
think you said it right.
So
And a lot of people want to know: are we going to milk Joe? And
well, she suggested that we get him halter trained.
that's got to happen first, and we really need to get the area set up first. And
it's only if it gets so engorged that it needs to come down
Right.
some to possibly prevent mastitis. And I have the California mastitis test.
right,
She said if I were to suspect anything,
yes,
then just do the California mastitis test. And if it's negative, we're all good.
right,
And then if he were to develop some mastitis, heavens to Betsy, then she'll treat him.
that's right. So
So we don't have to milk him unless
So-
it looks like it's about to explode.
just it would be kind of awkward if say like Nick and Zoe knew Joe, and they rolled up, and we hadn't explained this to everybody, and they saw us milking Joe. They would probably think, "What in the world's going on?"
Okay,
over
even
here?"
better, even better. Say Nick and Zoe, they do a wonderful job if we have to go somewhere
Yes,
to take care of our farm.
that's right.
Okay, so we leave them detailed instructions.
Yep.
We tell them what to do, and we tell them to milk Joe.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? They're going to get Rhett to take care of that.
Oh my gracious.
It's all in fun, Nick and Zoe.
Oh me.
Hopefully you won't be milking Joe anytime soon.
Oh, not. Oh
Goodness
Oh.
gracious. I never expected to have a buck in milk.
no,
Never.
me either. Me either. Oh,
People were saying that's something that would happen to Lester.
yeah.
Not necessarily us. We're the quirky ones,
Yeah.
but that's a Lester kind of thing.
He's probably wishing he had a Joe.
Well, everybody wishes they had a Joe.
Oh me.
First they were wanting Joe to go, and now everybody got to have a Joe.
That's right. I will tell y'all one thing Lester did say. He said that Jamie said that if I start producing milk, she's out of here.
That gave me the biggest laugh. The biggest laugh of all
Oh gosh.
was Jamie.
Oh,
Jamie
my
had
gracious.
To go if Lester started producing milk.
That's what he said. That's what he told me.
I'm sure that there's probably phenomenons in which females have had a baby and, they produce milk and the husbands start producing milk.
I ain't never heard of it.
Oh, I ain't never heard of it either, but I never heard of a buck being milked either.
I ain't heard of that either. Oh man.
And some people were saying, does that make Joe, what do you call it, a hermaphrodite?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
It's not that he has any female organs.
Mm-mm.
He has no, other female qualities. He's
That's
just
right.
producing milk. So
That's right.
he's completely 100% buck.
He's that for sure.
There's no doubt about that. Nugget can vouch for that.
And the Dr. Courtney can vouch for it too, because she was inspecting him and I kind of edited a little bit of that part out.
We got kind of tickled because on the way home, I was standing at the entrance of the trailer making sure, nothing.
Yeah.
Joe didn't try to exit or whatever.
Right.
He was actually enjoying his.
Yeah, Joe is he's very, very, very calm and well. We think he was a bottle baby.
Yeah, he's very well behaved.
Very well behaved.
So I was standing at the entrance to the trailer.
Yep.
And so I didn't get a lot of buck smell on me.
Mm-hmm.
But on the way home, I was like, Jason, you stink. and my comment to Jason was, they didn't like me talking about Joe stinking.
They didn't.
My comment to Jason was, okay, so it's 10 o'clock in the morning and Dr. Courtney has to work all day. She was the one examining him, hands on. She didn't get that smell off of her. Come here, Dee Dee.
No, I can't imagine what she has smelled like all day. It's like anything else. You eventually kind of get used to it and you kind of don't smell it anymore.
But I bet her clients smelled it.
Oh, I bet they did. But my watch.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
y'all.
my watch. Because I was holding him. And so I took my watch off and I kind of cleaned it and I set it down. And I changed clothes, took a shower, all that, and came back to put my watch back on. And I got it about right here. And I was like, woo! And I set it back down. And I didn't wear my watch for 2 days. And I eventually had to take my bands off. And I stuck them in a bowl of dishwashing soap.
And you soaked it.
And I soaked it for a day. And then I even tried to scrub it. And it didn't do no good. But it did come off. And so now my watch is okay. But yeah, you kind of get used to it. But then when it goes away and you smell it again, you're like,
You know
ooh.
it. You know it. That's kind of like us getting back in the truck after we hadn't been in there. I smell it.
Yeah. You're exactly right. So
I told y'all that Dr. Courtney is actually a equine vet, so to speak. That's kind of her specialty. Yep. And I was reading about her and, what kind of qualifications she has and such. And she does equine acupuncture.
Really?
And equine chiropractor.
Really?
And I've never heard of such, but she graduated from Mississippi State Vet School, which is one of the best. They actually told me.
I wonder if she knows that Jerry Clower is an alum of Mississippi State.
Well, I was thinking that earlier.
I'll ask her that.
You ask her that.
Go ahead.
But so that's kind of a rarity to have an equine chiropractor and an equine acupuncturist, because horse people, not that people don't love their animals,
right?
Other animals, but horses are near and dear to people's heart.
Oh, yes.
And when they have an injury, sometimes it can be hard for them to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure she has a lot of equine.
I wonder if she could adjust Moody.
Well, he's not equine.
Okay.
Do you think?
No, he's not equine, but still, she may.
What does he need an adjustment for?
I bet she could do a little popping on Jesse.
Jesse doesn't need popping either.
Oh, just in case though.
She popped Joe. That was.
Oh, poor Joe.
But she was so knowledgeable.
Oh yeah. She was great.
When we got finished with her, Mary Carl did not go with us because she knew it was going to be a lot of sitting and that was fine. But I told her, I said, I wish my daughter had came with me, because she would have been a sponge to all this information you're telling me, which I'm going to forget. Mm-hmm. But everything she told me, I felt like was new.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of stuff that we didn't know. And
I could just sit and listen to her talk.
Well, I will say this, she told us about the loose minerals for the goats that had a different copper in it that we've been given. And Topper's coach changed, Bo's coach changed, and caprice coats on the way of changing.
That's right.
So that was some good information there that no one has ever told us. So
Right.
we like that.
About the way that goats absorb minerals versus a way that we've been doing.
Yeah, because we've been doing the copper bolus, which is the little metal copper. It's actually metal copper strips in a peel. It's real metal, and you give it to the goats, and it sits in their gut, and it's supposed to release copper. But she suggested that copper is, and I'm not a scientist or a doctor, and I forgot what she said that copper was, and she told us to get these minerals that has a different type of copper in it.
And not every area is deficient in copper.
Right. We
So
are here in Alabama.
Y'all don't
Yep.
think you got to go out and get copper for your goats,
Right.
if you live in Michigan,
Ask your
because
vet.
you may not
Yep.
be deficient.
That's right.
We are in an area where we have to.
Yep.
And upon offering the animals the loose minerals, we
Mhm.
knew that our animals were not getting enough minerals in their mineral block.
Well, we got mineral blocks, which is a salt and mineral block, and we got those, and they do lick them.
They do.
But and I asked her. She said it was perfectly safe for Jesse. It was perfectly safe for the Moody and Mildred, and everybody was safe to have it. And so I've been pouring it out there because I need to get a weatherproof copper. I mean, not copper, but a mineral thing. And so I just poured out there in the mornings. And the first time I poured it out there for Moody, he licked it almost all gone, which
And
made
Joe
me.
too.
And we give them, we had the mineral block, but
It
to
wasn't
me,
enough.
It wasn't enough, and I felt like a terrible owner, but we didn't know.
Well, yeah.
We thought we were doing,
and
but
that's because I think that if you're licking something, you're eventually going to get tired of licking it.
Right.
You can only lick so much.
right.
But if it's loose, it's easy to
I guess so.
get in your system. I don't know, but we were thrilled to know that we felt like we had gone a step further to
Yes.
providing good care for our
I
animals.
agree. All right, I got to tell you something.
What?
That I just saw come across by Mr. Anthony Harper.
Okay.
He said Moody needs a chiropractor.
That's funny. Anthony, you're a funny guy. And Anthony is a fellow
goodness.
Alabamian too.
Oh, my stomach's hurting.
How about that? Chiropractor. I was trying to spell chiropractor, and I got tickled at myself as I was trying to spell it. I was like, is it actually a
Oh,
chiropractor?
goodness.
And then I realized it was CH instead of COW. But I was trying to find out more about Dr. Courtney and her, enough.
And why in the world is it CH? That makes zero sense.
I'm telling you, my brain went
That makes
into
zero
slow
sense.
mode when I was trying to figure out how to spell chiropractor.
When they were coming up with this word, who said, let's put an H in there and let's just don't use it?
I don't know.
That makes zero sense.
The English language is a mess.
Whoever come up with a lot of those things did not have common sense.
Well, it's just like the
Zero.
two meanings of certain words
Like so.
that are SEW and SO.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Crazy.
Two spellings, two meanings. It's so confusing.
So confusing. So confusing. Zero common sense. None.
It just doesn't add up.
I think they was just a little too smart for their britches, is what I think.
When they invented the English language,
I think so too. I think they trying to be,
fancy pants.
just fancy. You ain't gotta be fancy when you come up. I mean, come on.
That
Makes zero sense.
You just need the basic words.
Like two.
Yeah.
You got
Somebody
T-O,
just said
T-O-O, and
fish
T-W.
and fish.
Yeah.
PHISH and FISH.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
Makes zero sense.
they're endless as far as the
Three words for sow. I forgot about that. You sow seeds.
That's right.
Crazy.
And DEER and DEAR. I mean, we could go on like
We
this
going
forever.
all day.
It's just ridiculous. There, and there. Yes.
Oh, me.
Some
Somebody said, I saw this. I need to get me, and I told you this. I'm going to find me a pair of coveralls. I'm going
to
to
Milk
find
Joe.
anytime I deal with him, and Mo's going to get the same way. Mo's going to be the same size Joe is,
I was looking at Mo the other day.
and he's going to be a full-fledged buck. And I'm going to get me, it reminds me of, what's her name on Dr. Paul? Dr. Paul wears them too.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason, she sticks out in my mind more than he does.
What
But
is
they
her
wear
name?
blue coveralls.
Yeah.
And And that's why. That's why I can put them on and
You do
take them
realize
off.
that
Throw 'em
I
away.
have to wash them. They don't throw them away. They're
No,
clothes.
throw them in the in the laundry.
We need a separate
Yeah.
washing machine for butt clothes.
That's right.
I did wash your clothes twice.
You
that
did
wore.
wash them twice.
I finished and
Dr.
then
Brenda.
Yeah, Dr. Brenda. That's her.
That's it.
I love Dr. Brenda.
Yep.
You know, she's got a personality that could kind of come off as not being a nice person.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you see her and you realize that, you know, she knows her stuff.
She knows her stuff.
You know that
she's just straight and to the point.
That's right. That's right.
Straight and to the point. No fluff. Well, he is too, though.
Yeah, but he's got a little humor behind it. She kind of is just dry.
Yeah. But I like them both.
But
she's not on there no more, though, is she?
Well, no, but she's on the older ones.
I got you. Yep.
I think she chose to not be on there anymore.
Well, she probably got tired
of it.
Yeah,
tired of the spotlight.
Mm-hmm. It's not for everybody.
It's not.
It's not for everybody. Yep.
I think from time to time when, as I went yesterday and we met a couple of people that knew who we were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're nothing. We're absolutely nothing. No, hardly anybody recognizes us. Hardly anybody, you know, knows us compared to, say, Dr. Paul.
Right.
Could you imagine being him and having to go to TJ Maxx?
I just can't imagine how they handle it, you know, at their business.
I think at their business, I think they have clients that are just.
I know the clients, but the fans and the followers, how do they keep them?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I don't either. Who knows?
I just don't know that would be the ideal situation. And maybe that's why Dr. Brenda stepped
Somebody
back from
said
it.
Brenda was on the new show last week.
Oh, really? So
good.
Maybe she's back.
Maybe she's back. That's good.
She kind of reminds me of our goat breeder friend, Terry.
Mm-hmm. She does.
Had Old South Farms.
Mm-hmm.
Just a sponge of information.
Sponge. Straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
But
no fluff.
It takes all kinds.
That's right.
And doesn't mean they're not good people.
That's right.
You don't desire to be around them. You just know what you're going to get.
Right. That's right. Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Don't beat around the bush.
Not like Brooke.
Not like Babylon Brooke.
Not like Brooke. You know, it used to be that people would say that I interrupted you and I talk too much. We don't get that anymore. Because those people don't watch anymore. Y'all all know that I'm not going to shut up and that I'm going to talk and we're going to carry on. And you either like it or you don't. And if you don't, you turn it off.
Or we're evolving and learning how to do this better. And we do it better than we did a year or two ago.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, we do better. We do better.
But I never intended on interrupting and being rude. It just.
Well, look, we treat this just like we do if we're riding in the car.
Yeah.
If we're riding in the car, this is the exact same way.
Yeah.
We are riding in the car.
Exact
same way.
Yesterday, going to Birmingham.
Yeah.
We were childless.
We were.
Mary Carl chose to stay home.
She did.
Let me just tell y'all where all we went. I know it's approaching an hour, but
it don't matter.
So we had lunch at a place called Taco Mama. That's somewhere that our child does not like to go. So Taco Mama is, how would you explain it?
It is a chain, but I don't think it's like a big, I think it's like a small, maybe Alabama chain. Anyways, it may not be. Anyway,
it's good.
It's really good. It's more like street Mexican food versus your typical Mexican food that you're used to.
It's not a can of refried beans.
No, it's really, 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 really good. And they have really great food, and they have a huge margarita list.
A huge margarita list. And I drive, and I don't drink.
Right.
And Jason had
his
first cucumber margarita.
I had a cucumber margarita, and my buddy Zach over at Head Family Farm.
Zach's not going to like you.
He said, next time you go, you got to try the cucumber margarita. He said, because it is delicious.
It just sounds nasty to me.
It does, you know, and so I did, and it was very good. It was very refreshing, and it went well with my fish tacos.
And I did not taste it.
You didn't taste it.
I did not taste it.
But fish tacos is what I had, and they're so good in street corn.
And I had shrimp tacos
Mhm.
and street corn.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was our first stop, was lunch.
Yes.
Then I went and dropped Jason off at Duluth Trading while I went and had my blood drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Then I joined him at Duluth. And then we went to TJ Maxx. Was
Mhm.
that our next stop?
Yep.
Home Goods.
No, went to Home Goods.
Went to Home Goods.
Which
because
is TJ Maxx store,
sister
but it's
home
stuff, correct?
And it's in the same parking lot as TJ Maxx.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of crazy.
It is.
So after we left there, I had something to take back at Home Goods.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to TJ Maxx, had something to take back there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to, y'all, when these two go somewhere together, we go to a grocery store that we don't have access to. So I picked Mary Carl up some dinner from a place that's an Italian restaurant. It's called Bertoloni's. It's in Calera, Alabama, and it's she loves their spaghetti,
Mm-hmm.
but I think even more so she likes their strawberry cake. She didn't eat the strawberry cake last night though. She just ate the spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked her up some dinner, and I told Jason, I said, "Do you want to go to Publix?" He was like, "Yeah."
Yes.
So I talked to Mary Carl and I made sure she was okay because Mama was at home and all was well. So we went to Publix and
date night.
Date
night, baby. We went to Publix.
Date
day. You're right.
It was 5:00 when we got to Publix.
That's right.
And we, y'all, this is how we were throughout the whole store.
We went down every aisle.
And we saw things we've never seen before.
Oh my gracious. It is great because we're in a small town and we have just your small town type grocery stores, which we love. We actually love, and we're happy to have them. But then when we go to like a Publix, we're like,
it's eye-opening.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I like Publix better than Whole Foods.
Well, I do too. But
I do.
There's also a grocery store that we're familiar with called the Fresh Market.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary Carl's orthodontist is near where the Fresh Market is.
Mm-hmm.
So there are times when we get to run in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like I like it better than Publix.
Really?
But it's a different feel. It's just a different feel. You're not comparing the same thing.
Yep. But yeah, that's where we met some fans. As soon as we walked in, we went there a minute, and it was a young couple and said that their mama loves us.
Yes.
Could they take a picture? And we're like, absolutely, take a picture.
We took the picture, and then we scrolled on, and they probably saw us going,
these people are crazy.
Look at this. I mean, like we bought some little carrot chips that were all different colors, which we don't have access to at our supermarket.
Oh, yeah, we had a great time in Publix. I don't know how long we were in there for.
Too long, because I told you, I was like, that cake is refrigerated and it's sitting in the car.
That's right. Yeah, we had a good time in Publix. Really good time.
We did. And it's not that far from us, so we probably should make it up.
I told you when we walked out of Publix, this reminds me of
old-timey grocery
stores when I was a kid. We had the cashier, and I don't know if and I think it's on purpose, and I don't think you noticed it, but even the beep when she scans is loud. It's like boop, boop.
So you can
boop, and
you can bark.
You can hear the receipt.
They do that to make you feel.
Yes, it brings back all. You don't hear that now. It's like. That one we were in yesterday was like an old school loud beep at a grocery store when we was kids.
And we had a person bagging our groceries.
Had a young man bagging our groceries, and he even offered to take our groceries to the car.
That's right.
The only thing if what Publix, listen to me. Publix, if you're watching this, listen to me.
Publix, if you're listening, you can sponsor us.
Listen to me. The only thing you're missing are paper bags. If Publix had paper bags, y'all.
Well, they're expecting you to bring your own.
My gracious.
You know what?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if they had paper bags.
I'm sure they do. If you ask for it, I'm sure they have paper bags.
Maybe so. But it was almost like I was 9 again.
Yeah.
When we were checking out.
Yeah, it was a good feeling.
And I guess they're all like that. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't go to that many Publix. So I don't know.
I kind of feel like when you walk away from Publix, it has you feel uplifted. You feel that good feeling, kind of like we want you to feel when you leave this, podcast.
Somebody said they have paper bags.
I'm sure they do.
You know what
they
else
do.
is cool about it? It's so bright in there, but it don't hurt your eyes.
Yeah, it's
Somebody did whoever come up with their whole thing. They spent some time.
You know what we need to do?
Yeah.
We need to set up, and this is impossible. We need to set up a certain time.
Yeah.
And us go shopping like once a month, maybe.
Yeah, I agree.
On a,
on a certain day.
Well, we don't ever have time.
We'll have
so
a
that
date.
ain't gonna happen.
We'll have a date day at Publix once a month.
It'll have to be raining.
Yeah.
And it'll have to be, I don't know.
All right, we'll figure it out. Because
I think we should do it.
I do too, because it was so much fun.
And
We had a good time.
We
You know what else? Listen, this is what else they do that reminded me of being 9 years old at the grocery store with my parents. I saw two of them.
What?
Ma'am, would you like to try
Oh yeah.
this sample of
I saw it too.
pepperoni and cheese?
Yep.
I was like, really? Who does that now?
Did you try any?
I did. I tried pepperoni. and
Did
cheese.
you really?
I did. It was good.
We
I
kind
didn't get
of, at
any.
one point, we went our separate ways. We went, I took the buggy and Jason
Oh.
browsed.
Yeah.
So, but we met in the middle and we came out because I said, Jason, we've got to go. We could still be in
We
there.
could still be in there.
Who gets
we could still
excited
be in
about
there.
a grocery store?
Oh my gracious.
Their produce is just
Yeah.
wonderful. And that's why we
Woo.
went. I said, do you want to go get some wonderful fruit?
Right.
And you were like,
Let's go.
So.
Let's go. And we didn't. We had Taco Mama for lunch.
mm-hmm,
So we wanted to eat something a little lighter for dinner.
right.
And so we know that they have a great salad bar or salads.
Yeah, it's not
And-
salad bar.
and
It's
so-
pre-prepared.
We got us a salad and
Ate it in the car.
ate it in the car. And I got me a parfait because it looked good too.
And Jason just amazed me because he bought some pineapple that was cut up,
It's
which
so
I
good.
cannot eat.
love pineapple. May be one of my favorite fruits. It is one of my favorite fruits.
I
It
can
is.
eat
love
pineapple fresh, but I can't eat
I
it
love pineapple.
refrigerated because it hurts my teeth.
Yep.
So I'm thinking I'm going to freeze dry some pineapple and see how that comes out.
Let's
Would
do
y'all
it.
like to see that? Because that's what I want to try.
Well-
I love pineapple, but I can't eat it.
One of my I love pastor tacos because it's got the pineapples on it.
So Jason got to cut up pineapple and the parfait and the salad, and he ate all of it
I
on the way
did.
home.
Ate all of it.
All
ate
I
every
had
bit of
was
it.
my salad.
It was so good. It was so good. I mean, I love pineapple so much, and this is controversial, I know, but I'll even eat it on my pizza. And I know there's some people out there that are gonna go, we're unsubscribing.
You're right.
But I love I do. Pineapple is so good.
Those that unsubscribe are the ones that aren't watching anymore because Brooke talks too much. All right, get your cup.
Oh my
Time
gracious.
to go. We got work to do.
We got work to do.
Get your cup. Get your cup. It's Coffee Saturday.
Oh man.
So I hope that you guys enjoyed this Saturday morning live
Yes.
with your cup of Cog Hill coffee. If you didn't, you can always order it decaf, regular,
At www.
coghillfarm.com. Ground or whole bean. This is not an advertisement. Just telling you.
That's right.
But we enjoyed visiting with you guys. And we hope
Absolutely.
everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend and enjoy.
Y'all be good.